Okay, everybody, so I'm here today with this little turtle mold that I got. I don't remember if it was on Amazon or on Temu, but I will look. It's just kind of a deep shell turtle mold and super shiny inside. And then I had a little tiny bit of this Bombay Aqua left over in just like the remnants of it in around this little mixing cup. So what I did is I just took some clear resin, some J Diction resin, and I just went ahead and stirred it up and just kind of got the leftover pigment mixed in with that. Okay, and I've got a little bit of white here that is pinata white. I just added a little bit of that, and I'm going to try something with this turtle shell. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but I'm going to give it a try. So what I'm going to do, I just made this up. I've got some micro bubbles in there. Don't really care too much. Sprayed a little bit of alcohol in there. I'm going to go ahead and pour it into the shell, and I see that the head here where it starts going in is not all that deep, really. So it may end up partially in the head, and yep, there it goes, and that's okay. I don't care. I just want to kind of keep it underneath the arms and legs. It's a really pretty color. Kind of a really light blue. I see I've got a little speck of something in here. Something kind of black. Got out of there. I feel like something else went into the head there, but I don't see it. So, okay, it's all right. Give it another quick spray. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that technique and I'm going to use my craft syringe here that I've been using, and it's been working out pretty well, really. When your resin is freshly mixed and not very thick, it actually comes into this craft syringe fairly easily. When it starts thickening up, it's kind of a problem. A lot tougher to get in there. But right now I can see it coming up into the syringe. And now I'm going to I'm going to start up here in the head. I'm going to make a couple of dots up there so I can get kind of the same effect up in the head. Okay, and I'm just going to start making some little dots down here around the shell. This is pretty deep, so I'm hoping that that we've caught it at a time where it will get some good sinking. And this resin is pretty translucent, so I'm hoping that the white will, see a little spot there, way up in there, that's kind of bare. But anyway, I'm hoping that this will sink really nicely and go way deep down in there. Okay, there we go. Now I'm kind of excited just to watch it and kind of see what happens. I'd like it to come from both angles towards the middle is my hope. It's just really kind of fun watching it do its thing. I don't know if it's going to sink down very far or just go kind of sideways like it is right now. But that's okay. All right, you guys, that's all we're going to do for this step. I'm going to just kind of watch it. I'm not going to spray it with any alcohol. Just going to see what happens. And when this part's cured, we'll be back to do the next step. All right, I'll see you then. Okay, it's only just been a few minutes, maybe 5 or 10 minutes. And I just wanted to show you what the turtle is doing right now. The white is definitely kind of feathering out. And It's definitely going sideways. I don't know if it's really sinking down very much, but that's okay. I'm excited to see how it turns out. Just wanted to give you a quick little update. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. So this is completely cured. Isn't that kind of interesting how it kind of feathered out and then just kind of cured like that? And I'm excited to see what this is going to look like on the other side. So I decided I was trying to decide what I wanted to do for the feet. Most of the time I'll do like sand or something on the base, and I still might do a little bit, but I found some little sand dollar here and a starfish in my little, I keep a separate little tub full of just my little ocean themed things, and I found these shells that will all fit in these little spots. So what I'm going to do right now is I've made up some J-Diction resin, and I'm going to go ahead and pour some in here. I know I'm not going to need 8 ounces, but we're going to work on another project too that I started at the same time I started this turtle. So I'll get you caught up there on that here in just a minute. But let's go ahead and pour this. I don't want it all the way full. I just want it deep enough to where my shells will stick. And I would like to have some more room so that if I do want to come in and do just the very, very top coating of sand, I think that would look kind of cool. And I know I get a lot of comments from people saying, gosh, less is more, you way overdid it. You know, I won't say that people say I ruined the project by doing too much, but pretty close sometimes. And that's okay, everybody can have their own opinion. But I just want everyone to know that I do get it. I do understand that you don't want to overcrowd your projects, okay? Because it does, if it gets too busy, then you just got way too much going on, right? But, whoops, I want my light. But I do want to say, I'm trying to find a good spot for it. There we go. I do want to say that, you know, it's a little different to me when you're doing a video, because you want to make sure that, you know, you're trying to get the point across of what you're trying to accomplish. And I think that sometimes in my mind, I'm thinking, well, you know, if I just put 2 birds in one branch or something, it's not going to really show what I'm trying to tell people. And then they can lessen it, you know, if they want to. But anyway, just so you know, just for the record, I do know that less is more, and I do know that sometimes I overdo it, but just know that sometimes that's actually on purpose, okay? So I appreciate all the comments. I appreciate all my subscribers, and I don't mind you guys, chirping in on that kind of stuff and saying, hey, you know what, that was overkill. I don't mind it. I just want you to know that I do get it. I understand. Okay, that's all. But anyway, so see how that little starfish fit just right there in that bottom leg. And what I'm doing, if you've watched my channel much, you know that I take things that have any kind of holes or little areas or crevices or double layered stickers, and I always soak them in my resin. Couple of good, really great dunks there before I place them, because it really does help with any added bubbles. Okay, so there we go. Fits just right in there. Then I've got 3 shells for each part of my legs, and I think I wanted to do this one. Grab it inside that little hole there. I want to get that all full. Don't know if you can hear my piano is going in the background. I have a player piano, and gosh, I just love it. And it has the disc that's in there right now is kind of going back and forth between Phantom of the Opera and Les Miserables, the music from those. It's just so relaxing to do my resin and have that kind of going. Anyway, I'd like to know what you guys do. If you guys have anything that you do while you're doing your artwork, do you have anything special that kind of helps you be creative? And the last one. Okay, there we go. I hope everybody's staying nice and cool this summer. I know right now in Arizona, we're kind of reaching our monsoon season. We're in our monsoon season. I haven't really had too many big storms though yet. Today's 108 or 109 degrees outside. I keep my studio area and my house pretty cool though, since I am from Oregon originally. That was one of the things I told my husband. I said, I will go to Arizona with you under the understanding that I'm going to want to stay cool. so yeah, I keep my house pretty cool. Okay, there we go. And that starfish did float a little bit up, but that's okay. Even if it does float to the top, I don't care because I still got a little bit, not much, probably a little less than 1/8 of an inch here to top it off with some sand and resin mix if I decide I want to do that. But spray it, and then I'm going to set it over on my curing rack actually so that it will cure nice and flat. Okay, so you know when I was doing that turtle, I had just a little bit of that clear resin that we put in, you know, the clear like bluish oceany color. And what I did is I went in and I poured it in this. This is just a little disc that had a cutout of like a palm trees and an ocean scene. And I guess my heart has just really been going out to the people there in Maui. And so I thought, you know, it'd be kind of nice to do maybe a little tribute project. Gosh, they're just going through so much right now. And so there is this, and this is completely cured. It's been in here, you know, a couple days, same amount of time as my turtle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put in just some clear, where I've got the trees and the waves, that is a clear, shiny surface, okay? And all around it is actually frosted or a matte finish, okay? I've poured about 1/4 of an inch or so of clear. I think I'll do just a little bit more. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe another 1/8 of an inch or so, and then I'm going to finish this off, because right now it's got probably a good 1/2 inch still left to go up, but I don't see any reason to make it that deep. Another spray. Okay, so there is that part of this, and then I'm going to set this over there and let it cure as well. And then when these are, when they're both cured, we'll come back and we'll do the next step. Okay, I will see you then. So here is our turtle. It is completely cured, and this turned out just about the way I wanted it to. You see, we've got just a bit of shell, not very much, just a little bit sticking out here out of the resin, just a tiny bit, kind of both on both sides here. And that's just right, because when I add my tiny little thin layer of resin mixed with sand, it's going to look like that they're just a bit embedded into the sand. Okay, and that is the look I want. So what I'm going to do is I've made up some resin, about 8 ounces of Jade Diction, and I'm thinking I'm not going to need very much because I am going to be mixing sand with it. So let's see here. That is about 1.5 ounces. Okay, and I'm thinking that might even be too much, but we'll see. I think I will just go ahead and use this darker sand here. This is going to be way more than I need, but I want it to be pretty thick, so I'm just going to pour some in there. Go ahead and give this a good mix. See if that's kind of the consistency I want. And that looks pretty good. Doesn't need to be super, super thick. And I'm probably going to have enough to work on another project that I could use some sand on anyway, so that's okay. Wipe off my stick. Quick, get the sand off of there. All right, so let me go ahead and give it a quick spray of alcohol. You know, when you're working with sand, you always get all kinds of bubbles. That's to be expected. But my ocean doesn't care if it has bubbles. Okay, you see them all in the little bubbles coming up and popping out of there. That's okay. So I see here in the head, it pretty much is full of resin. You see there? So I'm not going to need any going up into the head, which is actually kind of nice because then I don't have to worry about trying to get that out of there. Now see what's going to happen if I go to pour this, I'm going to get all the resin first and the sand's going to stay at the bottom. So it tells me I need my plastic spoon. Okay, it's a good time to kind of restash my supplies. I try to keep it all stocked. Sometimes I forget about it until I actually need it. Okay, so here's all those little micro bubbles coming up. Get another spray. And then I'm going to try to kind of reach down in there, stir this up a bit, and then I'm going to try to get the thicker part of it. And just put it, I'm going to spoon it all in here. This is going to have kind of a rougher texture for the base, which oftentimes I don't really like, but I don't really care. I can always put a cork backing on it, or, you know, do a top coat or something if it really bugs me that much, but I think it's going to be okay. If I put it on a nice piece of furniture, I might do the rubber bumper feet, but it's just kind of more of a paperweight anyway, so maybe some felt or something would be the best. All right, you guys, look. So that was not very much. Got about that much left over, and there is a lot of resin mixed with this, so it's not a solid sandy color, but that's okay. My ocean isn't going to be completely, we're not washed up on the beach here. We're kind of down at the bottom, so there we go. A couple quick sprays. I'm going to set this over on the curing rack. Just as soon as it's cured, we'll be back to unmold it. All right, I will see you then. Okay, I am back to do our second step with this project here. Look at this, is all clear and nice and cured. And I could even just take it out and leave it at that, but I don't really want to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to do a two-tone, kind of a two-tone look on this. I'm not sure how it's going to work. I'm going to be using these plastic cups. I am out of my water bottles. I need to do some more collecting of them and cutting them, and I don't have any paper cups right now, so I'm kind of stuck with these, but I will try to be able to reuse them. So I think I'm only going to need about an ounce. For what I want to do, an ounce or so for each color. Okay, so what I want to do is I am going to mix a bit of orange. I want kind of a sunset color. So what do you think? This is tangerine. This is orange. What do you think would be better for it? That looks kind of yellow in the thing, but it's actually a real orange. If you can see, here's yellow. I want this to kind of pop. I want the blue color to kind of still show up. So I'm going to do about this much. I don't need that much for my pigment paste. Okay. I was trying to do an ounce, but I think I've got more like an ounce and a half or so here. So I'm just going to mix that in. Let that white sit there a second. That was just about a couple, 2 drops maybe. There we go. Right now it's kind of a lemon, looks like kind of a lemon pudding color. I'm going to keep this tilted that direction. Pretty straight up and down. And I want it just to stay right here along the top. Like so. Okay, and now I'm going to go put a bit of my orange in here. Mix that in. Let's see, I want to add another, I think I want to add another stick to this. Maybe about this high. Keep it down there. So we're going to do just a little bit here. There we go. It's kind of blending together. Now we're going to add this tangerine, which is the darkest orange I've got in this India ink. About 3 big drops went in. That is going to be the bottom of our sunset. And I want to keep it kind of in a circle part here would be nice. Okay, a little bit more. Or take off this one popsicle stick. I don't want it to all go down to the other edge. But do you see there? We're kind of getting a little bit of a sunset look. And then I'm going to add this white. And take this out. Let it run in together. Don't want the white to overpower that. Maybe come down this way a bit. In here. Okay, there we go. All right, so this is what it looks like right now. I got a bunch of micro bubbles in there, but I'm gonna let them come up a bit and then I'll just give it probably a quick spray. And I'm hoping my white does not overpower because it's gonna be a lot heavier than just my inks. Okay, so I'm going to hope the orange and stuff will stay up here. Let's scoot it back up without catching the white. It's here on the surface. And I'm going to set this over on the curing rack and let it cure, and then we will unmold it when it's all ready. All right, I will see you then. All nice and shiny on the bottom. There's no sand to the touch, which is great. That helps me not have to do a top coat or anything on it if I don't want to. Yeah. So let's go ahead and get it out of here. I haven't used this particular turtle mold before. I'm not sure how tough it's going to be. The head's probably going to be a little tough to get out of there. But hopefully the rest of it won't be too bad. Get the part out. There's this little tail in there. Let's see. Break the seal all around everywhere else. I can put a bit of alcohol up there in the head if I need to. I got a little bit of overage. Just a little bit here. But if I can snip that off before it gets too hard and cured, that's probably the easiest way to take care of it. Real quick. I'm just going to use scissors. Here we go. Little piece right here. There we go. Okay, that looks like about all of it. Let's see. I'm not sure if I'm going to have to. I would prefer not to put alcohol in here if I don't have to, but got it handy just in case. Nope, it's going to come right off of there. Yay, there we go. That really wasn't bad at all to get out of there. My mold looks good. Nice and shiny inside. Okay, so gosh, we've done several little layers to this actually. So I'm excited to see it. Good luck. Ready? Here we go. Oh gosh. That actually turned out really pretty. That's actually really pretty. What do you guys think? So I like how we have some of the white that kind of just feathered out, and then you can see it kind of sinking down here in the middle. So we've got some translucent parts and some opaque parts. And look at the head. That's really pretty too. I can come in, take my black pen and color those in if I want to, but honestly, I'm not sure I'm going to. See our shells here? Just perfect. Perfect the way they're just kind of laying in that little light bit of sand. We've got our sand dollar down here and our starfish. Gosh, I really love this. Really, really love it. Turned out really good. I love the effect we got. Super pretty. I know I've been doing a lot with like this kind of a oceany aqua blue color. It's maybe because I'm getting ready to go on a vacation soon that has to do with the ocean. But yeah, what do you guys think? Let me know what you think. What do you think about the effect? Would you have liked it better, just solid, either all solid or all opaque with the white or a different color? Or do you like it with kind of the part, little bit of both, part opaque and part translucent? I think I'm partial a little bit to the combination. It's really cool. You can see way down in there, and when it comes right in here, you can see that white goes straight down. You see that? It goes straight down and then kind of folds under, but it's all in these little white lines. Really cool. Okay, really love that. Let me know what you think about that guy. Now, the next thing we have to do is this, and I also went ahead and put this in the curing machine. And you can see the white and the different colors here really didn't blend too much. Not too bad. So I'm hoping that we get kind of a cool effect for this. I was thinking about when I got it out of here what I would actually do with it. And I thought maybe it would be fun just to make a little stand and just put some UV resin here and have it just, you know, stand up like this and just be a little decoration. But let's turn it over and see what kind of effect we got. We might have lost a lot of that blue with the yellow and stuff, but that's okay. Let's turn it over and see. Here it goes. Oh gosh. Actually, that turned out really pretty. That turned out really pretty. Here, let's put it against this white, because I thought about going in and topping the back of it with white. The blue and the waves did come through with this part of the white. What do you think of trying to do the little bit of a sunset? Do you think that turned out? Gosh, it's kind of hard to get a really good look at that, isn't it? Maybe with the white background just to see. What do you think? It's kind of pretty, and I actually kind of like it with the cutout translucent part here. So, you know, when I'm remembering to pray for all the people in Maui, and as they're still, you know, working on cleanup and loss of loved ones and things, this is just kind of a nice little reminder, my little tribute to everything going on over there. The edges here look great. We don't have any bubbles. The project was actually really simple and fun, and loving my turtle. Absolutely loving it. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. And I hope this inspires you to try something on your own. Think outside of the box and let your imagination just run wild. Thanks again, and I will see you all next time.